Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another race for the Liberty Racing League. We've got Atlanta tonight. 100 laps, so about 150 miles of fun. Got the next-gen cars for tonight. It is a fixed setup race. Should be a good time. I think we had something like 30-some drivers so far. So definitely a full field. Should be a good time for this Bshow.info 150. I got RJ back in the booth with me. Say hello to the folks at home, RJ.
Hello, folks at home. It's happy to be back here in the booth.
I love it. We're gonna bring you, like I said, all the action from tonight. Hopefully we see some good racing. Like I said, I know this is their third round. So we didn't broadcast the second round, but we're back for this one. And we may be back for next week, which is one of my favorites. We got 87s, I think either Dega or Daytona. So
that's always going to be a good time.
Very much so. So we watched a little bit of practice. We've seen how things are going. Any predictions tonight so far with what we've seen?
It's going to be an interesting night. It's going to be 100 laps. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a little early for me. I think it's going to be an interesting night. I think we're in for something.
I think so too. I know Atlanta always breeds kind of some chaos into it just because of the way that it races. And then you add the next gen, which is even more tighter.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's going to be an interesting race. It's an interesting combo. It's going to be a hard one, but I think it's going to be an interesting race.
I do too.
Lots of unknown.
Got a couple of questions in the chat so far. Diggs, Robin is actually running in this. She'll be in the 33 Red Robin car, painted by one JD McHaley for tonight. So look for that on track as we watch the chaos unfold. ECL, a 920 for half the price of brand new. That's not a bad deal either. So I'm going to get some race info up while we're waiting on these guys to finish qualifying. If I can find my mouse here. All right, so it is 100 laps tonight. We do have the next gens, one fast repair, 78 degrees outside. It's 127 on the track, so this thing's going to get loose. Couple of things that I don't have in the race info. There is no passing below the red until the last lap. That is just to kind of keep everything fair, keep the craziness out of things. Another thing that we need to pay attention to is pit entry is off of 3 here.
Yes,
It's not the normal spot. So these guys got 65% fuel and 2 extra sets of tires. So you're gonna have to lift a little bit, or you're gonna be in trouble later on if you don't have any tires left. Other things to know: winner tonight gets to take home $50, as well as the pole sitter is going to get $4 for putting the thing on the top of the box so far.
A whole $4.
A whole $4.
Almost get you a meal at Wendy's.
That's true. You almost get a biggie bag.
Mm-hmm.
They got about a minute left here. I think we've got a few guys left to qualify. We'll get our logos and stuff up. Oh, yeah, I think
$4 is $4.
You know, we do this all the time. How many cautions are we going to see tonight?
Atlanta, next gen.
Almost 40 cars. I think we got 38.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna say 20 cautions.
I think that in 100 laps, I think. Well, I don't even think that's possible here.
I don't know, man. I'll go with 10 cautions. Realistically. How about you?
I'm gonna stick right around 8 to 10, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Diesel's calling 9, ECL calling 6. All right, we're gonna get this grid up and on screen. Rick Sanchez is gonna be your pole sitter with a 31.555. Brandon Kelly gonna be second. Mark Keedeman in third. Robert Hooligan starting fourth. Kevin West fifth. Rob Collier sixth. Jason Foskey in seventh. Taylor Laskowski in eighth. Michael Ziegler in ninth. Mark Mann starting 10th. Rick Seabrand's 11th. Clint Econologe is going to start 12th. Moving back a little bit further, Kyle Hendricks going to be 13th. James Pileski in 14th. Michael Muncy in 15th. Jeff Pete 16th. Roy Grand Jr. starting in 17th. Brian Wickham in 18th. Matt Yost 19th. Jimmy Reynolds rounded out the top 20. Jeremy Reed starting 21st tonight. Christopher Smith in 22nd. Wesley Hogue 23rd. Trey Ashworth 24th. 25th is Brandon Elvis. 26th, Gary the Lawnmower Freeman Jr. starting in 26th. 27th, Adam Kolakowski. 28th, the wife, Robin Stevens, starting in 28th. 29th, Luke Underwood. 30th, Gabriel Griffin. 31st, Bob Leclerc. Jimmy Ford starting 32nd. Ray Mullendor in 33rd. Joe Thompson 34th. Dan Witt 35th. Alex Giffen is 36th. Andrew Schroeder Sr. is starting 37th. And Jason Stevenson starting 38th. So that's your grid. We're going to get a couple of things off screen here. And just a reminder, because we tend to do this every time we do a broadcast. If we're full song lap 3, you know what we're going to do. We're going to crank it up just like the old days. We'll let these cars sing a little bit. We'll go silent, that sort of deal. If we don't get it on lap 3, we'll try to make sure that we get that in for you guys, because that's always a favorite on the channel.
I would say turn up. Turn it up is one of my favorites. Turn it up, crank it up.
Yep. Yep.
Glorious.
Always one of my favorites. Oh. We've got a couple of guys rolling to the back.
Very interesting.
I think some guys clipped the apron that we didn't see. That could be the only reason that I could see people moving to the back. So it looks like Mark Keeteman's going to be your P1 to start things off here. Change this to laps. Change that to gap. And then I think these boys are getting ready to roll. We're still waiting on people to get rolling.
Yeah.
I don't know. They did extend the caution, so, or extend the pace lap, so we'll get the field bunched up. Got a few that are going to start on pit road. Yeah, so pace car will stay out for an extra lap here. Not a bad thing, so people can catch up and everything. Yeah, Valentine's 0 with caution. It won't count it. Don't worry. We're gonna go green here anyways here in just a minute. It is kind of a short run out to get everybody bunched up before we go green. So
yeah, a little bit. It's nice of them to take the extra time.
I agree. I definitely agree. Let everybody get nicely bunched up and ready to go.
Yep.
All right. Yep, lights are out on the pace car, so we will be going green this time by. Of course, you know, when you look at regular NASCAR, they don't go green as soon as they roll off. They do like 3 laps of pacing before they get ready to go green, so...
Yeah, even the professionals need a little bit of extra time sometimes.
See,
so
there you go.
iRacers should get a little bit of that extra time too.
Exactly. Something to watch out for tonight. Watch off of turn 4. I was told during practice these cars are getting real loose, so that could be an interesting spot. As we get ready to come out of 4 here, we should be getting ready to take the green flag. I'm just waiting to see the pace car duck off. All right, pace car's off. Mark Keeteman Jr. going to bring him to the line. Flags in the air. We're going racing, boys.
Nice quick drop down to that bottom line.
Very clean so far as we go through 1 and 2. We'll see how long that lasts. Like I said, this car gets very twitchy. It'll be interesting to say what happens.
I will say that this group is kind of good about getting those first couple of laps in. They definitely know how to give the room for the groove. So,
Yeah, as we saw for the Daytona 500, it went green for a little ways before we started seeing some cautions.
right.
Mark Keteman continuing to lead. Robert Hooligan second. Kevin West third. We've got one that's wrecked off the backstretch. He's going to stay below the red line there. 3 wide down through 3 and 4. And back down to 2. All right. Because I missed my spot. When we get around to the start-finish line, I'm going to crank this thing up. We're busy calling the race. Keteman still leading. Hooligan in second. Like I said, we'll go ahead and crank it up here as soon as they come out of 4 and follow these guys around for a second. Keteman continues to lead. Rob Collier now up to second. They're going to see if they can't get this high lane working. See if it works like it does in real life. Oh, we got a car up in the wall. Oh, no, they're wrecking to the inside hard. We'll have to go back. It looks like possibly Jimmy Reynolds was in that. I got the 26. I'm going to roll it back. Find the 26 on our list here. Kind of walk it through real quick. 93 just barely gets into the quarter panel there. So it's actually kind of a double incident. The 26 is going to go for a ride to the inside. Because that's one thing about these cars. Once they take off, that's all she wrote.
Yep. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yep. And then the 44 tries to avoid, gets turned. I'm looking to see. Because they're wrecking all the way down into the corner at this point. But overall, I don't think that was too bad of a wreck, but we'll see. Let's go back to the chat since we got a couple of minutes here. Michelle says that she's missed watching us for Slow Car and Fast Car Sunday night. Well, we'll be back this Sunday. Don't worry. We do the fast cars, slow car, fast car thing every Sunday night. So we'll be back 7 o'clock, or well, be 7:30 Eastern. This Sunday night. We got trucks at Daytona for the last of the Daytona series, and then we have our special event, which is going to be some sort of car that can handle rain on an oval. So that'll be a thing. You're not going to want to miss that. That's in 2 weeks' time. So, which will be perfect for these guys after they get done with running the Firecracker 400, which we'll talk about a little bit later on in the broadcast. So we should be live for that this Sunday. And then, like I said, I believe next Tuesday we'll be back here to broadcast the 87s for Liberty Racing League. That should be a good time because you know me, I love those cars. I know exactly how they drive. I can bring you all the great action for that car. All right, so I'm just hearing from our admin that if we get another quick caution within 5 laps, they will restart single file on the next one.
Interesting.
So just their way to stretch it out and get some laps in. So
yeah.
Lights on the pace car are out. All right, so we've got Mark Keteman Jr. going to be your leader for the restart. Robert Hooligan going to start to his outside. Kevin West going to start in third position. Michael Ziegler going to be fourth. Rick Seabrands, Jeff Pete, Michael Muncie, Wesley Hogue, Taylor Liskowski, and Brandon Elvis going to be your top 10. Mover of the race so far, the 48 car, Andrew Schroeder, just like he was during Daytona, he's up 20 positions.
Wow, absolutely incredible driving.
That is. That's moving.
I love it when these drivers come up and make those big moves like that. It's amazing.
All right. See if anybody spins on this restart. Still a little early, 8 laps in. I don't think anybody's going to have a tire problem yet.
No, no. Really think so. I'd be surprised. I would.
All right. Field's going to come off a 4. Green flag's in the air.
Here we go.
And Barney's waving it for everything he's got.
Do you ever think his arm gets tired?
Dude, the way he waves it, I don't know. He just never stopped. They're going to single file out really quickly, though.
Mark Keteman getting a halfway decent lead coming out of 2.
We had a couple down on the apron back there, but... Oh, good Lord! The 57 just got annihilated! Did you see that? We're going to have to go back and look at that. Holy...
I gotta go back and look at it. I was looking at the lead.
So was I. And then all of a sudden I watched the 57 just get, for lack of a better term, unalived. So he goes high to miss the 11. Then there's a net code between him and the car underneath. He's sideways. He's trying to catch it. He heads for the wall and just blammo. Oh. The 99 gets him. And Dan Witt's going to slide through just fine. The 57 gets it kind of straightened out. I think he's going to get... Oh, yep, he gets some more help around. Body slams the inside wall. Net codes the 47. Oh, boy. That's all she wrote.
Oh.
So the 57 towed off of that. Wow. We're gonna single file out here though, and get ready to go back racing.
That was eventful.
We're not gonna single file out yet. We're gonna double file. So that was a wild wreck. I almost think I should have Diesel says that might be a too much damage. We're done. Diesel, I think they get 1 fast repair, so he should be still good, but he's gonna have to tow, that's for sure.
He's going to have to watch it for the rest of the race now, too.
Apparently, Gabriel's mom went racing or got to drive in the rig the other night, his new rig. And she says that for safety, we're probably better off with her watching. It does take practice. This is not something that is just easily acquired. It took Robin quite a bit to get to where she's at now, so
absolutely it takes a lot of practice, a lot of time.
Yep. Which
you get there quick.
Yo, definitely. I'm actually working on a little bit of an idea that may change people's minds on how they race too. So but Mark Keteman Jr. is going to get this thing started off again. They're off of 4. Barney's arm is hanging in the air, just waiting to fall off. And again, he's whipping that thing for everything it's worth. Oh, they're wrecking in the back already. Who was that? Do we have a number on that? Was it? Okay, so they're gonna go single file this time. I've got Jeff Pete, it sounds like. I don't know if he just got turned.
looking.
He's on the high side by himself.
Oh, Gabe bunny shifted.
Oh, it was Gabe.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The 18 around sent him, and
Well,
it just sent him down.
I mean, I knew he had some damage, so hopefully it doesn't get too much more. The 99 trying to do everything he can to stay away from people. There we go. Yeah, so Gabe just getting sent around a little bit. I think his pride's hurt a little bit, but
A little bit.
So
gotta get that new rig. You know, you gotta get that new rig broke in.
Yeah, you know.
Takes time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as Diesel said, the poor 99, Dan Witt collected in the last 2 cautions. So
poor Dan Witt.
And like I said, I do have confirmation now because of how close the caution was. We will single file restart this time. So that should force a little bit of a stretch out. Hopefully
it stretches them out more. We won't have this problem.
A little bit of confusion, around the pace sounds like.
Yeah, getting themselves kind of figured out here.
Drew, to answer your question, you can paddle shift or you can sequential shift them. I tried using an H pattern on him once and it does not work. He might have downshifted when he meant to upshift. That's what that kind of looked like to me, guys. It looked like it was a downshift and it pulled hard left, which is what this car will do. I think we're going to go one more lap here.
So if they run 5 consecutive laps, they get to start double file.
Looks like we're going to do one. Looks like we're going to go one more lap of pacing. Which will give these guys a little bit more time to catch up and things like that.
Get themselves figured back out.
Okay, lights are off on the pace car, so we will go green this time, single file. I'm looking to see. We've got a new mover of the race. Right now it's Ray Mullendore sitting 14th up 19.
That's incredible.
All right, so Keteman, West, Hooligan, Seabrans, Muncie, Ziegler, Elvis, Grand, Laskoski, and Smith, your top 10 for this restart. Hopefully nobody spins this time, even though it looked like Gabe did last time. Hopefully we can get off nice and clean. And we're off.
Nice restart.
Very nice restart. Hopefully this lets these guys stretch out for just a little bit, get some run in, put some rubber down, and have a little bit of fun, because these cars, even though I'm not a big fan of the next gen, they are a lot of fun at this track if you get the right people. I think the big thing is they pack up just a little bit too much. And I think guys lose where that front end is, or maybe where the rear end is. And then we see guys start to spin.
Yeah. A little bit of a different car to drive compared to most of the others, so.
Right. We've got about 3 distinct packs right now. Three wide in that second pack. They need to get organized and get single file. I think if they do that now, they should be able to catch these guys and start pulling people in.
They need to get organized. They need to get moving around. Once they start working together, they can catch this first pack.
Well, especially with the way that the front pack is kind of, after about P3, they're kind of wild. You see 2, 3 wide, and it's just, they're kind of all over the place. Yeah. You know, I think even if the second pack went 2x2, I think they're still going to be faster than this front pack as they're shifting around. Keaton and West, you know, holding it down 1-2. Everybody else kind of moving around behind them. We'll kind of see how this goes as it develops. I am seeing another set of distinct packs breaking up out of the backpack.
I've noticed that the backpack kind of separated themselves. It's interesting to see. Let's hope they catch up. It looks like they're catching up a little bit, at least to that backpack, or that second pack.
The old trailer park dude on TikTok, he's looking for the lead. He's trying to get to the bottom of Keaton and go around him. Kevin hanging the bottom. Couple guys up in the wall. Still clean. 3 wide. It does look like the second pack might be starting to get organized. Take a look at that here in just a second after we get across the start-finish line. It's going to be Kevin West taking the lead across that start-finish line. Coming back to the second pack, we got Mark Mann leading Wesley Hogue, James Pileski, Matt Yost, Rick Sanchez, Andrew Schroeder in this pack. They're definitely a little bit more organized than the front pack, and it looks like it's allowing that second pack to slowly start to close in as they fight it out as we get ready to go to 22 laps into this race. Let's go off the gearbox of Kevin West's car. Man, you can feel the speed from that angle.
Feel the horsepower.
Robert Hooligan all over the back of him there.
This front pack is a little sporadic, but they're calm. They're giving each other room. They're just sticking in their grooves.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting to see them go a solid 2x2.
There's a caution out.
Oh, looks like Robin.
Oh,
I think Robin spun or wrecked or something. We're gonna find out here in just a second. Because I had her stopped on the track. Oh no, it wasn't Robin. She's holding the middle lane. The 13's just coming down. He just kind of cleared himself off the front.
yeah.
She's just trying to get it locked back up. Ooh, do they find each other? Nope. He clears. Yeah, she just goes sliding and luckily stays out of traffic. So Kevin West headed down pit road. That's going to allow Rick Seabrands to the lead. For some reason, it's got Robin right behind the pace car. I'm not sure why.
Wave around?
Maybe? I mean, she should get the wave around once it goes green, but she's going to need a quick caution to put fuel in the car unless she already has. So... Robin's going to head down pit road, so she will lose a lap here. I'm sure she probably wants to put fuel in that car.
Probably. That'd be my guess.
It's still early. You're 25 laps in. A lot can happen. Put fuel in, go to the back.
Absolutely. It's very early in the race. Very much strategies are still in play. The early game, save what you can, get a little bit of fuel, sit in the back, wait for the rest to happen.
Yeah, we got 75 laps left, so I don't think that's going to be a big deal at the moment.
Lots of racing left.
Yeah. All right. They're going to go double file for the restart. Rick Seabrand's going to be your leader at the restart. Mark Keteman to his outside.
Brandon Elvis in third place. Roy Grand in fourth. Brandon Kelly in fifth. It's rounding out your top five. Christopher Smith in sixth. Luke Underwood in seventh. James Poloski in eighth. Alex Griffin in ninth. Rounding out your top 10 is Andrew Schroeder.
And Brandon Elvis up 22. Alex Griffin and Andrew Schroeder up 26 and 28.
Christopher Smith up 17.
I think a lot of guys might have cycled through and took tires, maybe. I'm not real sure, but...
Take it early if you can, honestly.
Yeah, might as well. All right. We're going to get this thing restarted. Rick Seabrand's going to be your leader here. And we're off. Ooh, guys getting a little wobbly. 25 laps of them tires. I think it's starting to show.
It's definitely showing.
We've got a caution already.
An immediate caution?
I'm trying to figure out why. I didn't see a stopped car. Oh, there's a blue car in the back. I just saw it. We're going to roll this back. Oh, God. What happened there?
Oh. Dan.
He just... It's like he hit the yellow, jerked the wheel back up, and then...
Hot tires on the restart?
I don't really know.
All right.
I'm gonna get the weather up because Ron just put something in the chat that was interesting. Yeah, track temp up to 136.
Ooh, she's hot.
Yeah, she a warm one. She's definitely a warm one. That's went up quite a bit. It was like 127 when we first started to race.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I wasn't even looking at it until you said that, and I was oof.
Yeah. All right. Well, Robin's praying for a caution soon. They are gonna go one to go here. Ron, the track temp is not my fault. This is not my league. I don't set the weather settings, so I understand what you're saying. If it's fast car, slow car, yes, but no, not for this one.
Even when it's not your fault, it's still your fault.
I do think this is gonna go. Is this gonna go single file? It's not letting them. I think somebody crashed under caution.
That's what it sounds like.
Not real sure, so I guess we're gonna go. We'll go one more lap and get ready to go green here. It's still my fault.
Oh.
Radio sounds really interesting.
If you said something, I didn't hear you.
Sorry, I stepped away for just a quick second. The radio is sounding very interesting.
It is.
All right,
It
so
looks like somebody might have just spun out, and there it went. So.
Yeah. All right, so we're back to double file. Rick Seabrands is gonna go ahead and get this race restarted. Mark Keedeman, your early leader, gonna be to his outside. Michelle, I'm really hoping that RJ was wrong on his prediction. So hopefully we get some green flag laps in and get rolling.
I hope I was wrong on my prediction.
Okay. Hey, everybody's nice. We got a few gaps in the back there, but nothing super crazy to worry about. Okay, pace car's off. Waiting to see Rick go in the start zone.
Here it goes.
We're rolling. 2x2. Keedeman gonna drop in right behind him really quick. See if they can't single file out again, because I think once they single file out, they seem to get a little bit better racing. It's when they start trying to go 3 wide that it makes things a little more interesting than I think it needs to be.
Oh, they're going up on the top side, going into 3. They're leaving that bottom line out to hang.
That top line around here in this car is fast.
It's working.
Yeah, no, it will. It always will. It just pulls. Whoa, and they start to drop to the bottom. Ooh, we're seeing some fanning at the back of this pack. A lot of guys making some quick moves, trying to cover the other lanes.
Seeing a lot of quick moves and then slide right back down onto the bottom, go up, make a move, come back down onto the bottom. Seems to be working for a lot of these drivers as well.
Yeah, usually you don't see this kind of racing with the next gen. You see more bottom or top. You don't see the mix.
Right. It's nice to see the mix, and that's where all these different drivers, all the different skill levels and everything are all going to blend together.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with the league owner Wes earlier today, and the skill level goes from all the way from top split guys down to just out of rookie guys. So to get this thing rolling and running smooth, I think we're starting to see some good races start to develop now that guys I think are getting used to the confines that are this car.
Yeah. And another really important note is that these guys have only all raced together 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So they're still learning each other. They're still learning how to race with each other, what the guys are going to do, stuff like that. So
Exactly.
there's a lot of learning going on right now.
I mean, I know a few guys in this league, but I don't know them all.
No.
And it takes a while to learn who's going to make a move, where, when, and why. Mark Keteman continues to lead. Brandon Elvis up 23 spots, sitting there in second. Christopher Smith third. James Pileski is fourth, and Andrew Schroeder your top 5.
Andrew rounding out that top 5, working his way up 32 positions in total.
My God, that's moving. Oh no, the 48's around into the wall. That's going to bring a caution out. I just got to wait for that to materialize here.
83 and 49. 48?
48. Get to 48. Oh. Yeah. See what happens. It just took the air completely off the back of that car and it just snapped right around on him.
Very
Luckily, not a lot of other people collected, so that's good. Hopefully
they kept it in the wall,
Yep.
kept it away from everybody. It's fair.
Hopefully the 48's got a fast repair left to use. All right. So that's caution number 6. We got a couple of guys staying out. Might have a few others taking a waiver on. We'll find out here in just a minute. That's going to put Clint Econolod. Good Lord, why can I never say Clint's last name? Econolge to the front. That's how you say it. Good Lord. I'm sorry, Clint, if I butchered your last name. It looks like the 17 of Jason Stevenson is going to be your lucky dog there. So he's on his way around. So we've got 3 more cars, I think, still in it a lap down. They're holding to the 5. Right, it's real sick. Well, at the temperature that the track is at, Belva, I'm gonna say that, yeah, it's gonna be slick. I know it didn't take more, excuse me, than about 10 laps before the rear tires started getting to where they were slidey. So I think if you've got somebody right up close behind you, it's gonna make things more interesting. So all right, we're gonna get lined back up here, get ready to go green. So Clint Econolge is gonna be your leader at the restart. Robert Hooligan to the outside. Robert staying right up front most of the race here. Trailer Park Dude sitting in third. That's Kevin West. Wesley Hoag's going to start fourth. Bob Leclerc fifth. Michael Muncy sixth. Jeff Pete seventh. Roy Grand in eighth. Mark Keteman back to ninth. And Ray Mullendor starting 10th. Sounds like they're still trying to get sorted out for the restart.
Right.
Definitely going to be a mixture of strategies at this point. Not sure how many people took tires, how many people already had tires from last caution, so we'll see how that plays out. Got guys still trying to file into the correct spots. We're going, though. We're green flag racing. Clint out to a solid lead. Hopefully that lets these guys get back to single file. And Kevin West going to go for the lead around the bottom of Clint. And he's going to just drop like a rock there for a second. Got a good long line of traffic. Everything kind of stretched out here. But they definitely are trying to fight back on that high side, try to get something going, see if they can make a run at Kevin West here in the 0-1. Looks like nobody's going to try to take the high lane currently. Couple of guys up there, but nothing that I think can mount a charge really. I don't necessarily think I would want to run the high lane right now just because of how loose this car seems to want to get.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to either. I think the safe line is going to be just to try to stay in that bottom line, stay in line with everybody else. You still have plenty of racing left. It just bide a little bit of time.
Well, and I think too, by running the bottom lane around here instead of trying to run that high lane, it's causing you to check up a little bit and causing less harm to those tires. Oh, and we got one around in the back.
Big wreck in the back.
Sounds like somebody might have blinked out.
Well...
Yeah, the 04 went around. Not a lot of damage to that car, but man, he slid for a while. Yeah, sounds like somebody might have blinked out, came back, and somebody went around. I said 10 to 12, I thought.
You said 8 to 10.
They say 8 to 10? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I got too much going on.
10.
I got too much going on inside my head here.
I jokingly said 20.
Oh God, we got a blinker back there.
But realistically, I'm still at 10.
Now we got our lucky dog coming through. I believe that's going to be Andrew Schroeder. Should be the 48. Yep, he's going to come on around. All right, so Kevin West going to be your leader. Robert Hooligan going to start on the outside row. And then we've got Wesley Hogue to the inside, Roy Grand in fourth, Michael Muncie fifth, Jeff Pete is going to be seventh, Bob Leclerc will actually be sixth, Mark, what, things are moving around like crazy right now. Mark Keeteman's going to be eighth, Brandon Elvis ninth, James Plesky 10th.
I think it's just because they're shifting around in that side by side.
I think so too. It's the way my software picks it up. It doesn't like lock it in.
No.
So who knows? Maybe we'll get the trailer park dude in for an interview tonight. I've actually watched a lot of his stuff on TikTok, so
he's got some good stuff over there on TikTok.
He
that's
does.
for sure.
He does. If you guys don't follow him, go check him out. He's a funny dude. I highly suggest watching him. He's gonna get this thing kicked back off. Pace car's off. Just waiting on the restart zone. And away we go. Kevin going to get to a good restart here. Wesley Hogue going to follow suit. Top line falling back just a little bit.
3 wide in the back a little bit.
Yeah, I see somebody. It looked like they just kind of either missed a shift or decided, heck with it, I want to fall back. See if they can't avoid it. Boys up front are running real hard right now.
Absolutely.
Wesley Hogue trying to get out there in front of Kevin West. Can he make it happen? He's running the high lane.
Getting a little bit of a push from that 2 car, just not too much.
I think
Don't want to
Wesley's
take any chances right now.
Yeah, I think Wesley's trying to offset even so that way he doesn't get the air taken off of him by that 2 car. Kevin comes up to cover, drops back down. Nobody there to help him. That's going to allow him to drop a little bit here. That's going to put Wesley Hogue out to the lead as we come off of 4. That's Wesley's across the start-finish line. So far clean running down the back. That is one thing with this car. You have to almost take every run you get, but you also have to be mindful of the cars around you when you're trying to stuff the car in somewhere where it may or may not fit.
Yeah. Yep. If you see a hole, take it.
Yeah.
Oh, 80 into the wall.
Man, I think that was because he blinked. We're going to go back and look at that because he hit hard. And of course, it didn't register a crash on my book, so we're not going to have that. But
looks like he just got a little loose, to be honest with you.
Definitely a blown motor there. He was blinking pretty good in the pack, which obviously is the killer of all things, right? I mean, now we're single filed all the way back. That might have been beneficial to a lot of people.
That really changed the race. Even this early, that'll change the race around.
Yeah, and we're just at the halfway point.
Yeah. Crossing this line, we're halfway there.
Now I'm starting to see him kind of pack back up a little bit. So the question is
seeing those runs. Sorry.
Well, here's the other thing too, and something that we haven't talked about yet, but may start to become a factor. Those guys that didn't pit last caution, they can't make it. So when do they pit?
Yep.
We got one in the wall in the back. We're gonna keep rolling.
You're gonna start seeing those tires get hot, start wearing down. You're gonna start seeing for that fuel save or need fuel.
Exactly.
You're gonna start seeing some pit stops here soon.
I mean, you had about 4 or 5 cars that stayed out. Everybody else went in. Our leader from the restart, Clint, is back to 28th.
Oh wow, you say that, but there's still a lot of race left. You never know. You got movers like Brandon Elvis up 20 spots, Bob Leclerc up 25 spots, and your leader Wes is up 22 spots.
Oh man, Keteman got real loose coming off a 2 there. That looked like it was going to be ugly for a second.
Crossing the line, your leader, Wes Hogue, Kevin West in second, Mark Keedman in third, Robert Hooligan Robert taking third from Mark. Bob Leclerc finishing off that top 5. These guys are really battling it. We're going 3 wide into 3.
Oh!
And we're turning into 3. Caution's out.
That looked like the 126 of Robert Hooligan there. Just waiting for things to slow down for a second on the software. We're looking for, there we are. So we got a good green flag run there, but let's check out, see what happened to Robert. So he's stuck in the middle. He's holding the dashed line. He drops down a little bit. Just a racing incident, and he's going to get sent around in front of the 42 and the 54 there. So he does a good job holding it up into the wall, though, as the pack is barreling at him.
Absolutely fantastic job holding up on the wall. So far, most of everything that we've seen get sent up into the wall. They've tried to keep it there as best they can.
Yep.
Obviously, you're holding on for what you can hold on to. So,
right.
But
well, after some cycle outs, that's going to put Rick Seabrands to the lead. Robin getting the lucky dog here. That'll put her back on the lead lap, which I know is what she was hoping for.
Well, seems like her plan's coming together.
Slowly but surely.
Absolutely. A lot of laps.
Yep.
Shirley is definitely a part here. Looks like we got the field coming off of pit road here. We'll get everybody lined all back up. So we've hit that halfway point. Any predictions? Any driver that you're rooting for that you kind of see is really impressing you? Too early to tell? Well, looks like it's just us.
Sorry, had to step away. So I'm liking Keteman. I think he can come back. He's sitting 12th right now.
Okay.
I've been impressed with Robert. He was running up front for most of the race. The question is, can he come through the pack without getting collected in anything? As we've seen, we're on caution 8. We're just past halfway, so that's going to be a big deal. Outside of that, just kind of looking through my list. I mean, Wes Hoag's been real strong tonight. He came from the back, so it's very possible to wind up back at the front. Nobody can make it from here on fuel, at least that I remember. So we should still have at least one more race left, or one more pit cycle left. Diggs is predicting Robin top 10 by lap 85.
Absolutely. I'm looking at a team here that impressed me the last time we watched them. They're all sitting in the top 10, and that's the team of Kyle Hendricks, Matt Yost,
and Rob Collier.
And Rob Collier.
All right, Rick Seabrand's gonna bring us to the green here.
Here we go.
And we're off. Rick with a good jump.
Nice lead.
I see 3 wide, about 12th or 15th. I don't know if that'll hold. Guess who else is up front? The 48 car of Andrew Schroeder up 33 positions as Rick Sanchez takes the lead across the start-finish line.
Rob Collier in second, Rick Seabrands in third, Kyle Hendricks in fourth, Andrew Schroeder in fifth.
He's got a rear view mirror full of Rob Collier off the back of that Rick Sanchez mobile.
Rob wants it.
He does.
He's got the perfect person behind him.
You never count out Rob at a super speedway, that's for dang sure.
Matt Yost coming in hot on that top side.
Rob Collier to the high side. Around Ricky goes. 3 wide down the backstretch. They're going to tuck back in, go 2 wide. I think if these boys make it to 61, what do you guys think? Do we do another crank it up? Everybody likes a crank it up segment, right?
Absolutely.
We'll crank it up. We get back to the start finish line here on the next one, as long as they can keep her green. Collier continues to lead. Hendricks in tow. Rick Sanchez in third. Matt Yost fourth. Rick Seabrands in fifth. All right. They make it off of 4. Yep, we're cranking it up. We'll see you on the other side.
Here we go.
They survived longer than I thought.
Absolutely.
Collier
Got
still
zip
leads.
tie race. Go ahead.
Oh,
Whoa!
shit!
The 42 car gets loose out of 2.
He straightened it up. We're still green. He was
him.
sideways. Holy
That's
moly.
driving.
I'm kind of wondering if this 65% fuel level isn't really screwing with things.
Calming them down just enough.
And we're having fun, and we're having fun.
And we're having fun.
Oh, damn, that was it. That's going to be your caution. I just saw that in the back.
Heard it.
I'm pretty sure that was the 42 again. We're gonna roll this back.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Oh, he just lost it. And that was the car that got loose the first time. He did a great job of keeping it low, and then he just gets a tap and it sends him.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. He did a hell of a job saving it the previous lap.
Rob Collier, your leader, taking the field into the pits.
Kevin West gonna stay out. It's gonna let him and Clint Econols. Jeez, oh Pete, I keep murdering Clint's name. He's gonna kill me by the end of this, or in the next 87s race that I'm in with him. That's gonna let him get up to second. Michael Ziegler gonna be up to third. Jason Foskey sitting fourth. Jeff Pete fifth. Roy Grand, Luke Underwood, Joe Thompson, the other cars staying out on the lead lap. Ron reporting track temp is 138 degrees.
It is. Cook an egg very quick on this race service.
That you can. So, well, we're 66 laps in. We'll go green at 68, so a lap early of the funny lap diesel. Like I was saying earlier, we do have slow car, fast car on Sunday. So that'll be back. I do plan on doing some stream racing tomorrow night, I do believe. It's been far too long. So we're going to do that. We'll bring you some Daytona 87s, a couple other things. Have some fun there tomorrow night. And then next week is jam-packed. Monday, we've got the Firecracker 400 duels. We didn't have enough people to do heat race knockouts, so we'll set the field with 2 30-lap races on Monday night. And that, like I said, that's for my hosted Firecracker 400. Tuesday night we'll be back here for Liberty Racing League, so that way we can get their 87s race from Daytona, and then I'll be doing my own driving stream maybe Wednesday. Then Saturday night we have the Firecracker 400, where the winner of that event, this is big, guys, taking home $750. We're paying back to 5th place. We had enough sponsors show up for that one, so real excited for that. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be 160 laps of 87s at Daytona. And then Sunday we're back with fast car, slow car with the special event that we always do. So next week we are on a schedule, and by golly, we're going to keep every minute of it. So a lot of racing.
It is going to be a great time.
A lot of racing action coming next week for sure. All right. Kevin West going to be your leader on the restart. He's got Clint to his outside. Let's see if these boys can go green to the end, or do we see another caution? Got a lot of cars still left in it. 30 on the lead lap. Bob Leclerc in that 42 was able to get it fixed, get it back out there. Hopefully he can hang on and get that car back to the front.
Oh, yeah. I think he can.
And we're going. Green flags in the air. Barney waving that thing with everything he's got. 2x2 into 1 they go.
Takes that top line a minute to get going, but once they're going, man, they're cruising.
A lot of it has to do with who. If you get a shot off the restart, you can get moving pretty good. Yeah. So should be rolling pretty solidly at this point. It all depends again too. If the top lane restarts with the leader, you got to make sure the second in line gets going with you. Because if you guys aren't moving together and then one of them gets out in front too far, it's tough to maintain that. Oh, we got a blinker on the bottom. Lap car. Looked like the 13 of Ray Mullendore as Kevin West continues to lead. You know, it's funny. He mentioned in Discord earlier, he said, make sure you get me a bunch on broadcast. Well, right now, you got it, buddy.
Absolutely. You want broadcast time, lead the race.
There you go.
He's like, just in case, I'm just gonna lead.
Gonna make sure I'm up front.
The 05 of Michael Ziegler getting a little tossed out of that bottom line and kind of shuffled back a little bit.
I saw that.
Rob Collier in the 02 nosing his way around that 21 up on the high side.
Oh,
getting a little loose, getting knocked into the wall.
Oh, man, that's big.
That was big.
That is big. I do think we need to look at Rob, because I think he was the first one I saw go around. We'll change. Oh, Rob just got loose.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. The 42 just slammed in last second. Wow. Yeah, that turned into a parking lot. We got a lot of people headed down pit road there. I think a lot of them headed straight down pit road, quite honestly. I got Matt Yost, Trey Ashworth, Robin, Roy Grand, Bob Leclerc is still on track. Brandon Elvis, Joe Thompson, Jason Foskey. It sounds like Brandon Elvis may have left the building at this point.
Elvis has left the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Got the 80 of Christopher Smith getting a lap back there. That was your lucky dog.
Andrew Schroeder sitting ninth, still 28 positions up from where he started.
That's wild. That is
Holding
just
very
wild.
strong. Yeah. Kevin West is your leader around as we go through this caution. Clint Econolodge is in 10th, or in second, moving up 10 spots from where he started. Jeff Pete in third. He's 13 positions from where he started. James Poloski in fifth. I think I skipped one. Yeah, Mark Ketterman in fourth. Michael Ziegler in sixth. Rick Seabrands in seventh. Rick Sanchez in eighth. The Rick and Rick Show. Andrew in ninth, and Wes rounding out your top 10.
Okay, so we got one more lap before we go green. Get these guys all lined up.
Get them all sorted, 2 by 2.
We got 22 on the lead lap. A lot of guys from that wreck taking a fast repair, but they did go a lap down. So hopefully some of those guys can get back on the lead lap. We don't like to see more wrecks, but obviously that's the nature of the beast that is Atlanta. Still got a couple of guys on pit road. The 26 just getting rolling. Diggs, you ain't just a kiddin'. I think we gave old Rob the commentator's curse, though.
Talked about him just a little bit too much.
Yeah, he was on the move and unfortunately got bit by the tires. Pace car is bounding off of turn 4 down to pit road. Kevin West, your leader. And we are off.
That was an interesting restart.
It kind of looked like the inside lane checked up, then took off.
Little bit. That's Kevin just wanting his TV time.
Yeah. Give me as much as you can, he says.
45 on that top lane, getting his push early.
Clint trying to come back on the old trailer park, dude. I think Clint might have this one. It's going to be close at the line. That was Kevin's.
That was Kevin's time. If he holds it off, he gets a little bit of that push. He just might have it. We're spreading out. Still 2 by 2, but nice little spread.
I was gonna say nothing wrong with a little stretched out field. I know probably those guys that are a lap down, they're wait. Oh, caution's out. Not sure who was a part of that.
Kyle Hendricks and the 80 of Christopher Smith.
Oh God. Let's roll that back a little bit further so we can see what happened. They just kind of come into the same area. 80 up into the wall. Kyle involved in it. I think that's going to make Matt Yost your lucky dog here. I do believe that's who I see flying through the field. All right. So that's going to put Matt Yost back on the lead lap. All right, quick caution here. Kevin West, Jeff Pete going to be your 1-2 on a restart. We get James Pileski, Mark Keteman up to 4th, Michael Ziegler in 5th, Andrew Schroeder 6th, Rick Sanchez 7th, Wesley Hogue is 8th, Brandon Kelly 9th, and Robert Hooligan back up to 10th. He's on the move. Just got to keep that car clean.
He wants his chance. Can't
He
blame
really
him.
does.
Rob Collier dropping all the way back to 15th with that.
Well, hopefully he can keep moving forward. He is up some positions. He was about 20th at that restart.
Huh?
So
He's working his way through.
Oh, we got Gabe up to 11th. Thank you, Drew, for pointing that out, because I totally missed him in the M&M's car back there.
Gabe in 11th, moving up 19 spots in this race.
All right. Pace car's off. And we are rolling. Trailer Park Dude taking it to the lead again.
Takes that jump real well.
Him and James Pileski got a really good restart together.
Absolutely. That's what you want to see if you're leading.
I don't think they can pull away as a two-car tandem. I think you need one more to really make it work.
You got a 3-car barreling down on them as they're coming into 3. James Pileski started looking at the outside, but dropped back down to the inside.
Just because I want to see some chaos here, we're going to go on board Michael Ziegler. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
I hear a lot of crashing.
That was the 22 of Brandon Kelly. Ouch. You guys getting into that. I'll tell you what, that's one thing that Atlanta does do. It allows for some wild wrecks. I want to get inside on one of these cars in the middle of a pack just so you guys can see how kind of wild it gets around them as they're in the middle of a pack, because it just, watching it from here doesn't do it justice. We're up to caution number 12. 20 laps to go, left 19 after we cross the line. I do believe this is a quick caution, so we should be going green with 18 to go. Roy Grand going to be your lucky dog recipient there. I'm just looking to see. So if we get another quick caution and the next person isn't involved in it, that'll put Robin as our lucky dog. And then James Foskey would be the next one in line. Or Jason Foskey, sorry. We're gonna do something a little different for this restart, I think. We're gonna go off the roof of the 01 for this restart.
Ooh, so that'll be a good one.
I also just heard if we get a caution before 88, they're gonna get a caution or a single file restart. So
might not be a bad idea for towards the end of the race.
On board with Trailer Park Dude for the restart.
Well, you wanted your TV time, buddy. You got it.
I love the photo, Kevin. That's great. It's hysterical. And he fires.
James Poloski taking a little bit of a jump there.
He had a little bit of a better jump on that start.
3 wide coming into 1 off the start.
I see that. That's the 83 car of Taylor Laskoski. And he's dropping. I don't know if that was the plan or what. Oh,
Matt goes to the 83.
That's not good. Man, I literally was just talking about him dropping. Oh, Yost slides up just a little bit and they touch.
Got a few cars collected into that.
Yeah. All right. I'm not sure who our lucky dog is. It should be Robin because I don't think she was in it.
She was not. She managed to dodge it. Good on her.
Or maybe I'm wrong. It looks like James Foskey got the, or Jason Foskey got the lucky dog on that one.
Huh.
So it's gonna put him and Robin together on the same lap. I wonder if she just slowed down too much and that's what caused her to lose lucky dog, but I do know this will be a quick caution. They should be shortening it here as they get ready to come out of 2. And I do believe we should be single file here, correct?
Yeah, we're single file here. You have 23 cars on the lead lap. It's going to be an interesting one. We're down to 15 laps, so
yep.
This is where you're going to start seeing the elbows get rubbed.
And with a single file restart, we may see this stretch out a little bit as well.
Absolutely. Single file restart, 15 laps to go. We've done it before in this race alone, so it's possible that you could see this as your run. And I guarantee you that's a thought in some of these drivers' minds.
The question is who's got the fuel to make it to the end? Plus, they've got 3 green-white checkers, so
that is the question.
Kevin West's gonna get the party started.
On the top side.
It forces everybody to where they can't pass.
Oh, it's smart.
Yep. Oh, Gabe missed a shift.
38 getting a run. It's gonna be Wes getting a nice restart. Working his way all the way up to 5th down the backstretch. Mark Keteman taking 3rd from Jeff Pete. Kevin Poloski is your leader, crossing the line.
He goes
Mark
out.
Keteman in 2nd.
They all
Kevin
go out
West
and around the trailer park, dude.
Absolutely. What happened there?
I'm not sure. Unless they said it's time to start making some moves.
They're tired of waiting.
Keteman looking for a way around. Remember, Keteman led early. So this may start falling back to where he wants to be.
All part of the plan.
These boys are going hard. Oh, wow. There's a block by Keteman on the high lane. Headed back to the bottom. I think the 93 and the 2 are trying to work together here. But here comes Wes Hogue on the outside lane. Bolesky still leads. We've got 3 distinct groups again. We're gonna have 11 to go when we hit the line. Stephen Coleman let me know the 93 and the 2 are teammates, so they are working together right now. We got a wreck in the back. The 48, the 22, and it looks like Robin was collected in that, maybe. I don't know. I gotta go look.
She's good. That didn't seem too bad. 22 came down on the 44 a little bit. Collected
Hold on,
the.
I gotta find my stuff here. So quarter speed it. Oh yeah, the 22. I don't know if 22 just lost it on the high lane. Oh, Robin with the lucky dog. And she's very lucky to be the lucky dog from what I'm seeing right here. Oh my
Absolutely.
God.
Yeah, she went for a ride.
That was close. She still got the lucky dog even though she went sliding.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's a quick caution, so we're going to go green with 8 to go. We're going to be single file again. One person up into the wall back there. Not sure what that was about.
So you said James Poloski and Michael Kiedemann are in fact teammates.
Yes, that is correct.
All right.
We got, there goes Robin on the high side. I was waiting to see her. Now she's got her lap back.
I could have swore she got it back already.
Diesel, I don't understand it either because she shouldn't have had the lucky dog unless the other lap cars that are still on track had an issue. I don't know. It's very weird. All right, James Pulaski, Mark Keeneman, Wesley Hogue, Kevin West, Rick Sanchez, your top 5. Rob Collier sneaking back up into it. It's anybody's race at this point. Single file restart. It could get wild. I'm hearing tempers flaring. Let's get after it. And we're off. I'm definitely hearing some tempers flare. We'll see if that becomes a part of the issue. The 93 and the 2 getting out to a good jump. Wes Hogue, Kevin West coming for him with Rick Sanchez in tow. And we've got another caution. I gotta look and see.
Do you have a number on that?
Yeah, it looks like the 22. I go to. Oh man, I think he just spun the tires on the restart. Oh my God. Robin was in it.
Oh no.
The
26
looks like Jimmy Reynolds as well. Doesn't look like she got it too bad, but definitely a lot of incident points on this one. We got the 3 car getting his lap back. That's Jason Foskey.
We're gonna have 25 cars on the lead lap.
Man, Diesel's crunching the numbers here.
Are we up to 15?
We are at 15.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Diggs was crunching numbers. My bad, guys. And I do believe we are single file again, so. All right. From what I'm hearing, it sounds like Gabe is loving every minute of this.
It sounds like it.
He says the track's hot, the tires are slick. I think I did his accent justice.
Slick.
It also sounded like he might have been yelling at his mic from 3 feet away, but I don't know what that's about. Yeah, at least he wasn't yelling with a mouthful of food. So, Michelle, you did good.
We're proud of you.
James Pileski going to kick this off again. Mark Keteman, Wesley Hogue, Kevin West, Rick Sanchez, your top 5. There's going to be a checkup in the back as they come up to the flag. But we are green. We had somebody miss a shift. I don't think anybody wrecked, so that's good. 5 to go.
5 to go and we're green.
The leaders are very stretched out, which is good. But that's also going to let some guys kind of come through with a head of steam. So we got Pileski, Keteman, Hogue, West, your top 4 in the frame. Mark Sanchez just a little too far back, but the leader's got a 3-car breakaway with a 4th and getting added. They could run away from this pack. Wesley Hogue says, I'm going to take it to the bottom side. He's going to break up that tandem team. Trailer Park Dude follows toe. That's not good. The teammates are broken apart.
Uh-oh. Trailer Park Dude is going to be making moves.
Yep, they're going to roll right around the outside on Pileski. He's all by himself. He's got nobody to help him. 3 to go as we cross the line. But now the teammates are hooked back up.
Can they get the run? Is it a strategy here? Here they're going to come in hot down the backstretch. Wes Hogue is your leader. Kevin West in second.
Can the second pack get organized and catch these guys? You got Rob Collier leading the train. These guys start fighting. That pack's going to catch. 2 to go as we get ready to cross the line here. Now remember, if we make it out of 4, this race will go official. It will go into the books because at that point, the system can't even throw a caution now. Once the flag is in the air, it's on. Hogue and Pileski side by side through 3 and 4. This one's in the books.
Here we go.
Next flag ends it at this point. They door in 1 and 2. Pileski is riding the door on him. Hogue continues to lead. 3 cars on the bottom, 1 on the top. Everybody stays low, but that second pack is caught. Hogue's going to lead out of 3 and 4. They're dooring behind him. All Wesley Hogue has to do is keep it straight, and it looks like this may wind up going to him as Wesley Hogue gets the win and Trailer Park Dude crosses the line backwards. A few others going off there at the finish. We'll have all the results here after the last couple of cars finish. Man, that was a wild finish.
That was an amazing finish.
We're gonna roll that back. And we're gonna go from a little bit of a different angle here. We'll play it from here. Yeah, it looks like Mark got Trailer Park Dude loose. That was a solid finish for Wes Hogue there.
was
All
a
right.
fantastic finish that I was not expecting.
Right. All right, let's get the results up on screen. All right, there's our race results. We'll get this off screen. So Wesley Hogue gonna come home as your winner tonight. James Pileski second. Rick Sanchez gonna come home in third. Mark Keedeman fourth. Rob Collier fifth. Jeff Pete sixth. Kyle Hendrickson seventh. Kevin West coming across the line backwards in eighth. Clint O'Connell's in ninth. Michael Muncy 10th. Michael Ziegler in 11th. Taylor Laskowski 12th. Gary Freeman Jr. in the unlucky 13. Mark Mann 14th. Jacob Stevenson in 15th. Rick Seabrands 16th. Gabriel Griffin 17th. Robert Hooligan 18th. Looking back a little bit further, Matt Yost, Roy Grand, Jason Foskey, Jeremy Reed, Robin Stevens, Andrew Schroeder, Joe Thompson, Luke Underwood, Brandon Kelly, Brian Whitcomb, and Jimmy Reynolds rounding out your top 30. Bob Leclerc, Adam Kulikowski, Jimmy Ford, Chris Smith, Brandon Elvis, Trey Ashworth, Alex Giffen, and Dan Witt, your last few. All right. I am waiting to see some of our finishers pop in. Was waiting to see if we get a few up in the waiting room. While we're waiting on them, I mean, definitely a solid race tonight. Hell of a finish. I'll say that. I thought maybe we get one more caution, maybe hit a green white checker, but it just never kind of quite came. And then it was a 4-man run there at the end. I'm surprised with how well the second pack caught. I figured that they would wait to fight it out until the last 2-3 laps, but again, they just kind of dog fought it. I mean, that's what you want to see out of a race, right?
Absolutely. You want to see those last few laps really. They took a chance, and it really worked out for a lot of them. It made for a fantastic ending.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really work that great for Kevin West. But that's unfortunately that's the way Atlanta breeds races, right? Yeah. It's just kind of the way that the cards roll around here. So all right, let's get Wes in here. We're gonna get him. We'll talk to him really quick. Wesley Hogue, your winner tonight. Good run, buddy. We saw you go from the front to the back to the front, and then you got a heck of a restart and pulled off the win. Walk me through it.
Yeah, man. Wasn't happy with the way that race went altogether. As an admin of the league, you're never happy to see that. You're never happy to see just a caution fest that was. And we're going to do our best to get that cleaned up. Hopefully everybody had fun watching. We had fun out there, when it was green flag racing. This isn't the easiest track to race on when it comes to, super speedway racing because of the, you got to lift. There takes some finesse to this. It's not just holding it wide open, and there's, finesse to the restarts. And man, I went and got tires with about 40 to go, and I told my teammates, "This is it. I'm not pitting again." And they're like, "Man, are you sure?" I'm like, "I'm not pitting again." And it worked out. I knew my teammate Kevin behind me. He was on tires that were from lap 26, so I knew he was going to be struggling. And James and Mark are teammates. And I knew they were going to be working together. And as soon as I got them separated, I knew we had a chance. But man, what a battle!
Well, and I thought maybe you guys would stay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it kind of dawned on me you and Kevin were working together there, and you guys got right in between them, and it wound up working out great, and then it turned into a great 4-way battle for the win. Obviously, as we talked about before the race, it seemed like tires definitely played a factor in this whole thing. Was it getting a little twitchy on you the last couple of laps there?
Yeah, so when you were out front in that clean air, you could definitely get loose with the guy behind you on corner entry and center. It wasn't as bad an exit as it was in the pack, how tight you would get, but I was starting to feel it. I was trying to enter the corner a half lane up just a little bit higher to try to get a little bit more arc on it to do so. But, coming to the white there, I didn't want to give James too much room. I rubbed doors with him in the 1 and kept him tight coming down the back stretch, and noticed when I got through 3 and 4, I was going to clear him, and kind of realized, man, that this was going to be reality. And I say that because you see, it's not easy to win in this league, man. We got some really good drivers, but it's also, you got to dodge a lot of crap, which we're trying to clean up. It truly is hard to win here, but man, I got to thank my teammates. We talked throughout the race, all different strategies really didn't come out, but big shout out to Kevin on helping me out there. And today's my late father's birthday. Definitely didn't expect to get a win on his birthday, but man, that makes it matter that much more.
That's awesome. Because I know you'll probably go talk to him. I know Kevin was joking in the Discord earlier today about making sure that I gave him plenty of TV time. You can let him know he definitely got it today.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And you know what? He battled his tail off. I know when I took my last set of tires, he pit with me, and I never saw him pit again. He only took lefts that time. He kept his rights on.
Oh man!
And I knew we were going to be in a different tire situation there. Right. I'm just happy Kevin does have the skill that he does, because without that, he would have been all over the place. He would have been pushing up the track. I wouldn't have had the push needed. But he owes, and he owes me one. He owes me 2. So we got one out of the way. So man, it's
developing storyline here.
yeah, Kevin knows it. But no, a very long race there. It shouldn't have been that long. But man, what an ending.
Well, congrats on the win tonight, bud. Did you want to stick around here for the rest of the interviews, or you want me to drop you back down?
I'll drop down. I'll let each guy have their moment.
Sure. Alrighty, that's your winner. Who do we got next? We got to grab James Pileski here. James, second place on the night. Solid run for you. You definitely took it to West that last lap. I seen you guys door there, coming through 1 and 2, and even 3 and 4. You were fairly close. Held a good chunk of the lead there at the end of the race. Walk me through it for the night.
It was an up and down night, kind of. Early in the race, I kind of got involved, like 2 incidents that weren't really my fault, but I got 25 seconds of damage, I think, in each one. So, we had to kind of earn this. Started at one point, I was 30th, I think, and I just had to start to be smarter. I never had to use my fast repair, so that's a bonus.
Very nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Overall, it was good. I was kind of hoping we never had any cautions there at the end, because I felt like I was going to be good on gas, and I didn't know if anybody else would.
Well, and I think that's what we were looking at up here too. It's like, if these guys hit green, white, checker, how's that going to shake things up?
Yeah, I was really, I had, as all of these races go, I really have to pee at the end of them, and I was there. I really had to pee. I'm like, please stop crashing. Like, man, let's just go. I mean, I had my teammate Mark behind me on, all those cautions, really.
I was going to say, almost every restart, you guys just hooked right up and pulled away, and you almost needed a third car to jump in with you guys. Because I think if you guys would have had a 3-car draft, you guys were going to leave the pack behind, like you did there at the end with the 4-car.
Unfortunately, my Justin couldn't make it today. He was on vacation. My other 2 teammates that are new this week, actually, they ended up getting wrecked. So, yeah, that was a bummer. At one point, we were 1st through 4th, so that was cool. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, though, it was a fun race. These cars, they race good here. The tires wear, and you kind of have to. You kind of have to be a good driver to be good, right? It's not just Talladega trucks where you just keep your foot in it and it doesn't matter. Like, you have to have some kind of car control and skill.
Right. Well, it's like we were talking up here, and this is just something I've noticed personally with this car is when you think you're clear, sometimes you're not.
Yeah. I don't know. It was fun though. Wes ended up kind of making a move on Mark, and I didn't know how many cars were behind Wes, so I thought about going high to catch Mark, but I didn't also want to go back to like 10th or 15th.
Right.
I didn't know we were only a 4-car breakaway at that point. If I probably would have done that, but I don't know. I worked it hard to try to not let Wes win. But,
he definitely did a good job of breaking you two up so you couldn't work together. And then I thought on that last lap when you guys kind of you're both lines are side by side, I'm like, man, it's anybody's race at this point. And I mean, you kept him honest all the way to the end.
Yeah, I kind of wish, like, towards the end there, I wish Mark would have stayed high and not, because those 3 cars are going to be faster than me by myself on the outside, right? So I kind of wish he would have stayed high, but I know he was losing me. He couldn't really catch me, so he was trying to do something, and it is what it is, man. It's good for Wes, dude. Wes is a good dude. It's his league, right? So I hate to see him win in his own league, right? Let's be honest there. But no, all joking aside, dude, Wes is a really good dude. So I mean, it's cool to see him win and finish second. It's good. Last week was rough for me. I think I got involved in about everybody's wreck. Luckily, you guys didn't broadcast that one. So
I was watching. I have the replay.
Yeah, it was a horrible race for me. It was like nothing I did. Like I was in, I don't know, the second car on the inside at one point, and then I ended up getting wrecked there, and I don't know. It just was a bad race. So I'm happy I at least get to talk to you guys. So
there you go.
I would have liked to win that $50 though. That would have been nice.
That's always a positive.
Overall, that was a good points day for me. It was a good points day. Mark got to gain some points. He's had a bad rough outing the first 2 weeks. So, and then we got good team points for today. So, what are you going to do? You can't win them all.
Nope, you sure can't. So, well, good run tonight, James. We'll let you go, and we'll see you hopefully at the next one.
All right. One quick thing, because last week I didn't get to get on, or the last broadcast, I didn't get all my shout outs in because my brain was scrambled.
Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. I want to big shout out to K Cars Race Cars, Justin Coleman Designs. He's painted all our cars. And they all looked amazing today. Like Mark's car was beautiful. Chris's car is beautiful. My car, I loved it. Elvis's car, he loved it, and we all kind of had like the same schemes, the 4 of us, just different, like the 2 were the same and 2 were the same, whatever.
Yep.
So big shout out to them guys. Shout out to Wes. Shout out to you guys for doing this. I know I watched the broadcast last time. You guys did an amazing job. It was super awesome to watch. And hopefully, next time we talk, we're in victory lane.
That's the hope. So, all right, buddy. Well, we're going to go ahead and let you go. So we'll, like I said, hopefully we get to talk to you again next week.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Yep. That was second place, James Pileski. And we're going to get our third place finisher. We got Rick Sanchez, third place on the night. Kind of interesting. You were up front early, wound up towards the back after a spin, and then bring it all the way back to third to finish the night off. Walk me through it. Rick, do we got you? I don't know if we have Rick.
I don't either.
We will give him just a second here. While we wait on Rick, keep in mind, like I said, we're going to be live again tomorrow night. I'll be streaming it tomorrow night. And then we have Slow Car, Fast Car on Saturday or on Sunday. And then an action-packed week of racing next week. We'll give Rick just another minute here. But I don't know if he had to step away. I'm sure these guys at this point, it's been a few hours, so I'm sure they need to use the facilities. So,
I'm sure.
If we don't get Rick in tonight, I will make sure that we get an interview with him before we start the race next week. So, yep, I'm not. Rick, do we have you yet? Yeah, I don't have him. So, I will do my best to get an interview with Rick next week. But congrats to Wes on his win tonight. Thank you to the Liberty Racing Series for bringing us back tonight. it was, it was awesome to get to call another one. And like I said, hopefully we'll get to come back next week for one of my favorite cars, because they're just, I'm sorry, the 87s are just a blast of a car.
They're the best.
But that's all we've got tonight from Atlanta. RJ, you got anything to add before we call it a night?
I think it was a fantastic ending to the race. I really do. I know it was a little bit of a caution fest, but I was pretty happy with how tonight went for certain things. And I'm excited for next week. You said 87s.
I am too. Yeah, 87s next week, so should be a good time. On that note, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out for the night, guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. Like I said, I'll be doing some racing, so it'll be normal stream as usual. And then we'll have our typical fast car, slow car on Sunday night. So until then, everybody have a great night. Have a great week. We'll catch y'all back here tomorrow night.
See you.